What's up, everybody?
What is going on, everyone?
And to our good friend,
Daimyo!
well, we have a new name now. What is that name?
Oh yeah, Rage Quit Gaming. I realized as much as I enjoy the conspiracy theory stuff, I kind of missed having an outlet to talk about some pop culture stuff, specifically gaming. You know, like everyone and their mother does the like movies and stuff, and as much as I like listening and talking about that, I just realized how not even just realized like I've been passionate about video gaming in general, and there is no better title for me than rage quitting because I embody that when I play games. When I meet a boss that like I'm in my 9th round trying to beat him. I'm not the type to like chuck my controller and break stuff and snap games in half, but I 100% will exit the game out thinking that I did something to the developers, like fuck you guys, you know. And I definitely scream while I play. So I don't know. I thought it was a fitting name, and it's honestly been pretty fun, even just doing the 2 videos I've uploaded. So yeah, I mean,
so this is live now.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I haven't subscribed yet.
It actually started because of you, Caleb. You posted that thing about Ghost of Yote, and I got really triggered with the Veilguard.
Let me see if I can find it. I'm assuming in one of my video game chats.
Yeah, it was. It was. Oh, and now it's not letting me. Oh, there we go. So, for whoever is on the rewatcher here, if you guys like video games, which I assume most of you do, I posted the link there.
That's pretty good bet. Real quick, what's up, Mash? How you doing, man? Love seeing you here. Bobby is in the chat. Also does a lot of video games over there. If he's smart, he'll also post the his link in the chat. But there we go.
I will do
Rage
that.
Quit Gaming 872.
The 872 was just part of the handle. Rage Quit Gaming was taken. I was kind of pissed. I was like, God damn it.
Rage Quit Gaming 72.
But yeah, man, it's been fun. And that thing you posted, I was like, you know what? I don't want to like start posting that on my Aliens channel. I'll just go ahead and just start a new channel for it. Which is fun because my buddy King Chris, he's in here every now and then. He's a huge gamer too, and he's a bit older than us, but he kind of joined me for my next video, which was God of War stuff.
Can you do me a favor and DM me the link, because or is it on your Discord?
Yeah. Oh, the link for
yeah, because I can't copy this. I'd have to open this stream.
Yeah,
because apparently Rage Quit.
I'm trying to help. Okay, yeah. Let me stop doing that. You go here. But yeah, dude, it's like the second you posted that. Oh, that's right. It's not here. The second you posted about it, I was like, what exactly is he talking about? And then I looked it up and I was like, no, please no. And this is actually going to be, I'm sure I was actually about to invite you to the video because she worked on Andromeda and I believe Mass Effect 3. They both
Mass Effect 3. The only problem with Mass Effect 3 is the stupid little kid thing. Like, that's supposed to apparently be like the ghost of his lost innocence, which Commander Shepard lost his innocence on fucking like 5 years before you start playing the fucking first game.
And I talk about this.
That's annoying.
I talk about it in in my video. That I like the games Mass Effect, but I'm not like an expert on the lore and whatnot. So
that's what you got me.
Yeah, I mean, so this chick down here. I mean, did you want to read through this, or do you want to just kind of cover it?
Well, so because I didn't watch it. You did. Did what State of Play go into this?
They didn't even touch any of the big games. Which
Okay.
which tells me that either they're not ready or
You're
confident in
not.
their release dates, or they want to do their own kind of marketing for it. But I found it
I don't
very
think they're
weird.
confident in release dates.
That's what I think so too.
Yeah.
I think
State
I
of
think
Play is like their yearly thing, isn't it?
right, and there's a lot of rumbling right now about God of War and where they're going with that, which I understand that one, why you wouldn't want to like be too be too, what's it called? Like you don't want to jump the shark, right?
Yeah.
Or on that if you're not really sure even where it's going. But in terms of Ghost of Yote and uh GTA 6, this is kind of why everyone was watching your State of Play this year.
It's 100% why.
So there are a few things that I want to bring up about this Courtney Woods chick. Now, I went to her Twitter and okay, here she is. So before we go into this, or maybe let's start a little bit about what she says. The whole sweet baby.
Is she on what do you call it? IMDb? Oh, probably. Courtney Woods, right?
Yeah, Courtney Woods. There was a part in. Was this actually the article? This might not have been the one I was looking at.
So she worked on. So see, here's the problem. She's got a decent resume, with the exception of Veilguard.
So one of the questions I asked in this video were, she has decent credentials on paper, but what exactly are her accolades for those games? Like it very well could have been that she was writing all the negative stuff, and it was really hard for me to kind of siphon through that.
Yeah.
Another thing is that she did until recently. I guess she left the Knights of the Old Republic remake. Either that or she got let go. I can't tell based off of it. And I tried to kind of stay away from the culture war stuff because that's just a really kind of it's low hanging fruit.
So you went to Park Place?
Yeah, right. No, I just tried to focus on what my issues are with it, right, and my worries, and just the simple fact that she was attached to Veilguard doesn't necessarily mean that she was the problem with it, but it doesn't negate that possibility.
Exactly.
She very well could have been a part of the problem. She very well could have been the person in Andromeda, because if you look up to Caleb, if you could pull this one up and share it, look up what characters Courtney Woods wrote for Andromeda. Because I'm interested to see. I didn't talk about this in the video because I wasn't sure about these characters because I just couldn't really remember what they were like. But I'm interested to see what you think about this, because if these are dog shit characters that in Andromeda, and one of the reasons why you hated the game, I'd be very interested to see what you think about her in general, which will lead into what I kind of want to talk about in terms of her persona.
Okay, Courtney Woods wrote Reyes. Someone that you can romance in the game. Reyes Fidel.
Is she the Scott in the game?
No, this is definitely a dude. He's a smuggler. But I'll be honest, dude, I do not remember this fella at all. He is a character that you can romance. He's a character that you can have on your team. So he's there for a while. So she's got at least the ability to write a character that isn't just like a 3 scenes, something like that. What's up, Dark Intelligence, and what is up, Breezy?
What's up, Breezy?
Breezy cover girl.
So
I'm gonna regret doing that.
one of the questions I brought up too, though, was that like, was she the one? And you might be able to answer this better. Like, has romance always been part of the Mass Effect?
Yeah, every single one. Yeah.
Okay.
So, but in the first one, you couldn't romance same sex. Well, you couldn't romance guys. There was no female. There was no femme shep in the original release of Mass Effect 1. And then when they made Mass Effect 2, when EA bought BioWare, they released Mass Effect 2, and they added in the ability to have gay relationships or same-sex relationships and a femme shep. This has been a big topic as of late because of Kingdom Come, giving Henry the ability to romance Hans. And I used to really dislike it. I'm still not a fan. I still think it's dumb. Well, I don't know if I want to say it's dumb. I think it's unnecessary. And part of me actually thinks romances in game are unnecessary as well.
I think they're unnecessary in writing in general, unless you're writing a love story. I've talked about this on stream with you before. Like, there's no point to it.
There are times that romance is, and there's also times that you could show the romance without actually having any of that sex in it at all. Yeah. And I honestly, I kind of got annoyed that so usually with an RPG, when you got a romance, there's things you have to do in order to get to the scene. And one of the things that actually annoyed me in Kingdom Come so far was I was sitting there playing. I was streaming this too, so I might need to go back and edit the stream.
But did you romance the dude in Kingdom Come?
No, hell no. But I was sitting there, and I thought I was starting the path, and I clicked the button with the heart next to it. Next thing I know, she's naked on screen, and I'm like, "Well, fuck."
Yeah, and I'll be real. Like, my dad, he's in his 60s. He loves the Mass Effect franchise. He put me onto it.
He loves men?
No. Stop. Obviously not. He's happily married to my mom. But he loves the Mass Effect franchise, and he was like,
your dad.
Yeah, I feel like you'd like him. My dad's a funny guy. But he was like, "Oh yeah." He's like, "Benny, he's like, I just romanced what's the chick with the Karen haircut in Andromeda?"
I honestly I don't know.
Dude, I forgot what her name was
once.
I forgot what her name was, but she's like one of the main characters. He's like, I romanced her. He was like so excited about it. And I was like, I'm sitting there like, I don't give a shit about the romancing. Like, it's such a I want to have a good story and good gameplay. Like, it's a lot better in the real world, romancing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just thought it was silly, but when you get a second, if you
Cora Harper is her name.
Yeah, exactly. When you get a second, if you could pull up her page that I shared, because I think this is
about this.
Yeah. So I did this prior to making the video because I wanted to get a sense of who she was as a person. Now, immediately, mom, I'm like, that's a good sign. Like, she's a family oriented senior staff writer for blah, blah, blah. Previously Star Wars, Dragon Age, Mass Effect, and that looks good. Yeah. And then when I saw previously on Star Wars, I was like, well, what kind of, it's exactly. Like that.
What Star Wars?
Yeah. Well, and also it's like, I immediately thought, from that movie that just came out, what was it? When it was like, I'm an American, and he goes, what kind of American?
Oh, Civil War?
Yeah, Civil War. I immediately thought, what kind of Star Wars fan are you?
Exactly.
And then immediately, not even scrolling much, she's posting sequel trilogy gifs, and I was like, that's not a great sign. Shit. And then I scroll further, and hold on, you'll see it. Okay, well, Andor, where is it? I think it's coming up. Hold on. No, did she delete it? There was a Rings of Power one. Yeah, damn it. I can't find it. There is a Rings of, God damn it, I teed that up. Shit.
That sucks, man.
Yeah, that I'm not gonna keep going. There was a Rings of Power gift that she put out, and part of the reason why I wanted to even bring that up is because, like, you know, what her interests are as just a fan is a good gauge of character for how she's gonna write in a
100%.
franchise that I like,
Yeah.
So I'll be fair with her. Like, there's not enough evidence necessarily to just like flat out say she's gonna ruin this game, but the direction they're already headed,
Yeah.
I can't even
Well, and
express
you
how upset
were
I am.
so what was it? Because I was busy doing stuff. This was last night, right? I was busy. I was actually getting ready to go to bed last night. Like when you texted me, never mind. I was like, I'm actually kind of happy.
Yeah.
Like I was actually in bed getting ready to go to bed.
Yeah, I mean, you went to bed early then, because
I
I
did,
texted
yeah,
you
yeah. Well, I had
texted
to
you
get
at
up
like
an hour early
5
today.
my time.
Yeah, I had to get up an hour early today to drive to
Okay.
Greenville. So
So what, you went to bed at like 6 or 7 last night?
7 o'clock. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Well, I got in bed at 7 o'clock.
It just would have been, it just wouldn't have been
Yeah.
entertaining.
Well, we're gonna go over it tonight.
Yeah.
I've seen a little bit of stuff. I've got some opinions. I don't have a lot of opinions, but I've got some.
Yeah, and you don't even have a PlayStation.
Yeah, you want to know what's kind of funny? So today during my CLE, which is it's a class classes that attorneys have to take to like keep up with stuff. Basically, it's CLE. It's continuing legal education. Most of us just kind of go to check the box. Like we're not really expecting to actually learn anything.
Mm-hmm.
So there'll be attorneys there that just bring their laptops to do work. They're sitting there on their phone the entire time. So I was sitting there scrolling through Twitter, looking at stuff, and seeing all these people talking about, the Battle of the Gullet for the beginning of season 3 of House of the Dragon. And I was like, you know what? I just started writing a script for a video. I was just like, you know what? I got like 4 or 5 pages.
You script your videos?
Not usually. Not most of the time. No, I think the last one I did was probably maybe 2 years ago. But sometimes I'll have notes just to remind myself these are the things that I want to hit, because there'll be so many times I'll make a video, I'll post it, and then I go, I forgot to talk about this.
Yeah,
so
it's
that's what I'll do.
When I saw all this like Game of Thrones, and you can answer this after, but I was like, first of all, curious where all this news is coming out. Like he wants to do a Targaryen thing, and then they're also I forgot there was one more announcement that they made.
This is what's weird is we already knew that. Like
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, where did it come from? Is what I was asking.
Yeah, so we know they're doing Aegon's Conquest. Matt Tomlin is writing that. He's one of the guys that's also writing the Batman 2. But by the way, did you ever watch the Terminator anime thing?
Nah, I didn't bring myself to watch it.
Crimson, if you're in here, you're not, which makes me feel really sad. I watch all of your stuff. But I need a answer on whether or not it was good. And then it was made pretty clear that they were going to work on a Blackfire show, because in the dream sequence I guess it was the second last episode, that's Brendan Blackfire, the three-eyed raven, jumping out with the sword. Yeah. So that guy's already been cast as Brendan Blackfire.
It's just okay. So do you know where all of this sparked? Like why? Like there were
I think it was an interview that Ryan Condal did, or someone at HBO did. Yeah, that's it. It was I think it was the head of HBO. I think they did and I'll tell you what, Sunrise Club definitely knows. They did a interview kind of talking about where they are in House of Dragon season 3, when it's going to start filming, all that kind of stuff. Starts in March, goes through October. They're hoping for a 2026 summer release, which honestly would They need to get back to releasing in April. They need to give people a reason to stick around the TV. They're really hurting their stuff by releasing during the summer.
Yeah, it's like on a side note, I agree with you first of all. But when I saw this stuff, I was like, damn, I need to text Caleb and our other friends about this, but I just forgot. I do find it funny though. It's like, again,
well, I'm shocked he hasn't texted us about it.
Yeah. After all of this came out, I started seeing posts again about how it's been 13 years since.
Oh my God! Yeah. Well, you know what?
Martin.
Now that you bring it up, days since dance. It's the number one Google search for me. Present, share. It has been 4,961 days since Dance Dragon came out, or 13 years, 6 months, exactly what 30 days. You know what, George? Bro. George, listen to me, George. April 2nd, that's a Wednesday, is my birthday. I would personally like you to announce the release of Winds of Winter on April 2nd.
It's just crazy. Like, it has to be done. Like, it has to be done.
By the way, if that happens between now and let's say April 10th, I am claiming all the credit for that. All of it.
Oh yeah, I don't know if you knew this, but he actually watches your show.
I heard about
it. I've talked to him personally.
Holy shit! What is this? Is this avowed?
Oh shit! Happy birthday, Breezy!
Breezy! Happy birthday, buddy! So before we hop into no, hang on. Let's finish talking about Courtney Wood. So, Courtney, is it Wood or Woods? Doesn't really matter.
Woods.
So Woods, she wrote on the Knights of the Fallen Empire DLC for Knights of the Republic. So let's Knights of the Fallen Empire. And because you didn't play it, what we need to do to understand what that is. Hang on, trust me, y'all are going to be very happy about this. So this was Knights of the Fallen Empire.
Oh, okay. Valkorion and the twins. I've watched this a million times. I'm not gonna lie.
If he's willing to sacrifice.
Oh, do you want me to stop?
With your birth comes a solemn vow. You will have nothing.
But again, it's like, what did she write in this? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. So,
and this was a DLC or like
so it was
KOTOR.
So Knights of the Old Republic is a MMO.
Right. I've played Knights of the Old Republic.
Yeah, sorry, no. The Old Republic.
The Old Republic. That's what I was going to lead up with.
Yeah.
The oath you swear.
So
promises you make.
The Old Republic.
They are yours alone.
Here we go. Courtney Woods worked as lead community coordinator on the video game. Okay, so what is a community coordinator? Is that just a community manager? Manages community programs and initiatives and oversees the work of community coordinators. So she was the chief community coordinator or community manager. And we already know. So Google says these are the responsibilities: program management, event planning, social media, community engagement, strategic planning, and project management.
That's what I thought. She's controlling kind of like events, that type of stuff.
Yeah.
The coding of those events.
Where's the writing?
That's what I'm now. Okay, look up what she did. She was a chief writer for Veilguard. What is a chief writer's responsibility? Because I want to know if that's storyboard or if it's certain characters. Like,
Okay. We're going to go to my favorite person for this. What does a chief writer for a video game do? Grok says, a chief writer for a video game typically has a range of responsibilities. These are story development, script writing, character development, collaboration, quality control, leadership, adaptation, cultural sensitivity, and documentation.
oh man, I'm at this point. I'm not gonna. I'm ready to not buy Ghost of Yotei.
I mean, you already aren't. We already know. What's up,
yeah.
Jimbo? We
Well,
already
what's
know
up,
you
man?
aren't, at least day one. You're not buying
Yeah,
it.
for sure not day one. I'm gonna wait.
But so this is what I think is going to happen. I think that it is going to be a game that you will end up buying within the first week because enough people are going to go, dude, it's actually pretty good.
And then I'm going to be pissed off.
I think the opinion is going to be, I would rather have seen the continuation of Jin's story, but that wasn't bad. That's what I think it's going to be.
What I think it's going to deliver on is an upgraded gameplay system, upgraded controls, upgraded AI in terms of the NPCs, because those get very very simple. Like you see the same, you see different side characters or these like NPCs saying the same things, and they're completely different people. So I'm pretty sure that's what they're going to focus on, is having the world be a little bit more unique in that sense. But I think the story, which is the main reason why I love that game so much.
It's the main reason why most people should play a video game. Real quick, I'm only saying this because I think you and Jim will laugh their asses off at this. I have to text a girl back, so give me a second. Keep talking.
Your mom doesn't count, dude.
Really? How would I text her? How would I text my mom?
That was a bad joke. I'm sorry.
I told her to get back to me, man.
Yeah, I told her 12 years ago. Well, now I feel like an asshole. Hey, just tell her you're busy and you'll meet up with her later.
Honestly, I really just want to see what Jim's going to say to that.
Yeah. Your boss doesn't count.
Oh, wait, I guess that is a girl.
Yeah.
So just before we get into this, you know what came out today, right?
No, but I'm sure you're gonna refresh my memory. Oh, I have no idea.
So these are two of the NPCs.
Yeah, I'm good. This is Veilguard?
No, this is the Vowed.
Yeah, I was making it funny.
Sup, Dougie? Yeah, this. Now, well, I'll tell you what's funny about this. Did you text Crimson?
No.
Oh, what's up, Crimson? Crimson, did you watch the Terminator anime? I need to know if it's worth giving it a watch. So the thing that's interesting about Avowed is, of course, it's one of those games that a bunch of like IGN and all those people gave 7, 8s, and 9s to. But I've also seen a lot of like normal people go like, it's a fine game. It's about a 7. There's nothing that's gonna blow your mind. There's stuff that I wish was in there. Apparently, the NPCs don't have like their own lives. They just kind of stay where you find them, which seems like something that shouldn't exist in games today. Like, games should be advanced enough that you don't have that problem. Don't you think?
I mean, I would think so. I just don't know enough about where money is spent. Mm-hmm. I would imagine most of the money is spent on obviously programming that type of stuff and visuals and like frame rate, making sure you don't have too, making sure the what's it called? I know the ray tracing and all that.
Yeah.
Like you know. So I would imagine the way it looks and the way it performance essentially, that's where most of the budget goes. So have like what you're talking about, having them stay in the same location or whatever. Games are already up in the hundreds of millions. They might just sacrifice simplicity, you know, or complexity for simplicity. I could be wrong. That's kind of
so
where
they've apparently Obsidian has been working on this since apparently 18 or 19. So this is a 5 or 6 year old game. Did games? Why are games taking so long to make?
My buddy actually just sent me this.
This picture?
No, this game. And I'd already seen it from Game Ranks, that channel, and they'd said this is from what I remember, this is kind of like another one of those knockoff Skyrim games that tries to take
100% a knockoff.
Yeah, Skyrim. And it just, I was watching some of the gameplay earlier today even, and I don't know, something about it just like it didn't entice me enough to even consider buying it.
So one of the things I love is the name of the video this guy made is Avowed is one of the games of all time. It certainly is. And then the tweeter said, I feel offended that new games today all have NPCs that look exactly like the ones I used to make in Saints Row. And I agree with that. Okay, so the core of today, the state of play that came on last night.
Well, while you pull that up, I'm going to grab myself a beverage.
Okay. I actually already had it pulled up, but I didn't want to make him feel bad. How's everyone doing tonight? Mash, Spud was the guy that used to be in here a little bit, and Star Wars Dog would always call him Tater. So, because you're Mash, he's saying the two of y'all are related. I decided when this game was first announced, it just took too long to come out, Alice. And so I think there's a lot of people that are in the similar boat. I think there were a lot of people that, 3 or 4 years ago, I would hear Avowed talk about every now and then. And it did kind of sound like something that would scratch that Skyrim fix that everyone has. But I just don't see. What this reminds me of is that game that we saw, the turn-based game that's like in the bayous of Louisiana that we saw a couple weeks ago on Xbox's state of play thing that they did. Remember that?
Remember what? I just got here.
You just got back. Okay.
Yeah.
Remember the that turn-based Louisiana Bayou game that we saw a couple weeks ago?
Oh, that's turn-based?
The Bayou game, yeah.
Oh.
Isn't that the game that was turn-based?
I don't know if it was. I could be misremembering. I thought that was like an on rails style.
Xbox. What was the name of that show? The Xbox show.
Oh, I don't know.
Video game release announcements. Avowed. Wait, what is this game called?
Avowed.
Okay. So no, Avowed is not the turn-based one. The turn-based one is South by Midnight. South of Midnight. Yeah. With the fucking giant catfish that comes down to talk to her.
Yeah, that
Dude,
shit looked ridiculous.
The whole thing really seemed like, if we're gonna call stuff racist, like that seemed racist.
The catfish. No, it'd be racist if she goes, "I'm gonna fry you up and put you in a po' boy."
He said it, not me. He said it. It wasn't me.
I'm just fucking around. I'm sorry if I offended anyone.
Fuck that.
I had no idea just how big the world is.
Female Harry Potter.
Flying feline incoming!
What is this? Like, I find it weird they haven't told us what this is yet.
This is Monster Hunters. Which I know Crimson's into Monster Hunters. I'd be interested to see what he says in chat about it.
Stand witness to how its existence unfolds.
Okay. Wasn't there a Monster Hunter game that came out like 5 years ago?
I think that's what he's talking about here, Crimson. Monster Hunter Wilds is fun, but their second beta was a brain dead idea. I don't know if he's talking about this specifically. I'm not a Monster Hunter fan. My buddy really enjoys these games. And Crimson, correct me if I'm wrong, but these games are top-down strategy games, or have been in the past, and then this one is more hack and slash. Again, correct me if I'm wrong on that.
Isn't there another game that I'm thinking about when it comes to these?
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Raid! What's up, X-Wing?
yes. Oh, wait. Oh, maybe it wasn't top down.
No, stream didn't die. I hope it didn't die.
It says live in the top left.
Okay, good. What's up, everybody? Everyone coming over from X-Wing. What's up, guys? So we're talking about what transpired on State of Play last night.
So, oh, sorry. Go on.
And we just finished the Monster Hunter Wilds trailer, and very unimpressed. It just that doesn't. So I mean, like you, I'm not a Monster Hunter guy. I know there's several of these games that came out. I actually thought there was a different. That I actually thought Monster Hunter was a different thing. I thought it had like robot animals in it, sort of like survival, but not survival.
I've always been turned off by Monster Hunters because it was traditionally a turn-based game, which I can't. I won't touch turn-based games. But some of the lore looks kind of interesting. Is that Riskit?
Biscuit for a biscuit,
Yeah. Oh, he'll understand what I'm doing there.
Okay. Oh yeah. Y'all got your little secret codes now that you've all met up.
No, this is way before.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, there he goes.
Before I move on, I saw something earlier So Night Rain is coming out. And did you hear that?
Is that PlayStation exclusive? Sorry, before
no,
before
it's
you
going to
move on.
be PC and
Okay,
PlayStation.
okay.
Did you hear? Or not here? What is the name of the guy that is in charge over there? What's Maitekusi?
Night Rain?
Huh? No, for like Dark Souls 1 and 3, and
Oh,
then
From
Elden
Software.
Ring. Yeah. Come on, somebody in chat. Come on.
Miyazaki.
Yes. So
Hidetaka.
Miyazaki is not involved in Night Rain.
Right. From I thought Night Rain, or maybe I'm thinking of that vampire game.
Yes, Breezy. Miyazaki. I mean, you might be. You're pretty up on that.
No, because I was gonna say that was the Witcher 3 guy, but yeah, I was getting confused.
Yeah, but I just we can talk about Night Rain later, but that just him not being involved really does concern me.
Well, but is Night Rain a From Software game?
Yeah, it's Elden Ring Night Rain.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
And actually, I'm telling you, I don't think you're gonna like it as much as you think you are, dude. So this is the next game in State of Play.
Shinobi. No obstacle can stand in their way.
Also, not even a new one. I'm pretty sure this is a sequel to one that I played years ago.
Striking with lethal precision.
I'm gonna turn that down a little bit. Yeah, not happy about that.
Yeah, I'm good.
This is the master of Shinobi.
Yeah, I already played a game like this before.
It's just okay. I understand people like side scrollers. It's in the same.
There's a whole YouTube channel about them.
It's the same vein of turn based for me. Like this is I don't know. Like you're holding on to a system of gaming that's just outdated, in my opinion. There's no other way for me to put it, and that's just my preference, right? Yeah. Everyone has their own.
No, I mean, I like going back and playing Mario, but I think it's weird when games today are based off of systems that are 20 and 30 years old.
You can't even put Mario in the same boat just because of how massive Nintendo is, and that's that IP point. That IP like lives off of sides like that's what it is, but I don't know. Any other franchise outside of it, it's like that corner is cut out already by Nintendo, in my opinion, right?
So I told you earlier that I didn't watch it. So pay it back. I've watched about a minute of who is it? Gronk Gaming? Is that who it is? Gronkin Gaming talking about this, and it was actually this game that they were talking about, and they said something. I'm going to steal it. I'm going to give them credit for it. What is the fucking point? And I'm adding the fuck. What is the fucking point of putting Sonic in a car?
I saw someone ask that on another stream for Luke Stevens live, and I mean, his answer was because they can. Obviously, from a lore standpoint,
this is entirely to compete with Mario. That's 100%.
Let's be honest, though. You're not playing this game for lore or anything like that. You're playing it as a Mario Kart.
Yeah. Honestly, this honestly looks pretty fun. Like this,
yeah, it looks fun,
but
the
coolest thing so far.
And it's a Mario Kart knockoff.
Yeah,
like
100%.
Yeah.
And it's Sonic, and I fucking love Sonic. And I'll tell you what, you know what? First off, fucking congratulations. Like, I know everyone said that Sony really dropped the ball with this, and for the most part, I agree. And I think Xbox needs to do something in a month. There should be meetings at Microsoft right now where they go, okay, this is what we got set up. This is what we can have ready in a month. We're going live with 5 games, and we're going to showcase all of them with in-game and trailer and actual trailers, and spend an hour doing it and knock our socks off. There should be a Halo thing. There should be an Elder Scrolls thing. There should be a Starfield, because there's going to be a Starfield. They're not just going to give up on that. A new Forza, and then throw some other fifth thing in there. Okay. But hey, real quick, this. Where was I going?
I'm sorry, I cut you off. This is what they should do. You were talking about them drop a showcase.
Yeah, I honestly I forgot what I was so excited. This is the coolest thing that they've shown so far. This is the only reason that of any game that I've seen PlayStation showcase in the last year. This is the only thing that would actually get me to buy a PlayStation.
Sonic?
This would be fucking fun. Oh, no, I remember what I was going to say. Fucking congratulations on Sony for actually jumping on something. Sonic is hot right now. And to actually, you've got an example of a company finally jumping on something at almost a perfect time. Okay,
I see where you're going with that, but that's a pretty weak. It's a pretty weak game
I'm
to get people to buy PlayStation 5.
I'm taking that back. I take that back. But what I'm saying is, congratulations to Sony to actually jump on
for sure
something and land on something that's hot at the correct time, and not be like, oh, this is people like this. Oh, we should make a game and then release it a year and a half later.
Right, and that makes total sense.
Yeah,
and we don't have to linger on it, but I will say the problem with this state of play is that they blew their load with the first 3 games, and then the very last one is a new announcement. We'll get there, but I mean it's really everything else in between this. I am pretty confident that you're going to have zero interest in, and the point of these is to get people excited for your console and to announce certain things. And they really dropped the ball in that sense, and we can kind of touch on that.
So there is one that I know is getting announced in this, and I actually am happy about it because it is coming to computer. Let's see. Is there conversation about games in this, or is it just trailers?
It's just trailers for the most part.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There's a few developers that speak.
Okay. So is this another JRPG?
Known as.
No, we watched. Oh no.
Is this fucking Digimon game?
Yeah, it is.
The story of a bond.
People actually play Digimon? I thought they only played Pokemon.
Bro, I had a Digimon on Game Boy Color, and I think it died.
This is my favorite thing. I still don't know if this is true, but that Digimon actually just stands for digital monsters.
Oh, shit.
Like, I've heard that before. I don't know if that's true, but if it is, that's awesome.
I think I'm remembering correctly, but there was that Game Boy Color game. I'm pretty sure they had a Digimon game, or maybe it was something else, but like you had to feed it and stuff. It died.
Oh, apparently it's in the theme song.
What, Digital Monsters?
Yeah, that's what it is. Damn. And Breezy says that's actually big.
大家好，我是输了之魂的创作者杨斌。从一名独立
Horrible dream where monsters invade our world. A powerful being falls from the sky. And when it seems they might vanquish the invaders, the dream ends. Is this really just a dream? My only hope lies
This is Final
with you.
Fantasy, isn't it? Also, is there ever going to be a
We will
Final
travel
Fantasy?
across worlds, leap through dimensions.
Continuous fantasy.
I mean, it's like the never-ending story. I mean, come on, guys. Everything's got to end.
And I don't believe this is Final Fantasy. It's its own thing.
Oh, okay.
I see great power.
You're going to understand
within
why I
you,
thought it
a
was.
destiny waiting
Yeah,
to be
because when I was
fulfilled.
watching this live, everyone was saying Final Fantasy knockoff and trolling it. Like, this is just Final Fantasy.
Let me be your vengeance. The blade in your hand. You never wanted to be a hero. But for humanity's sake, you must.
Then give me your power, Arena.
Lost Soul aside.
Yeah, not really
So-
into it.
It's actually kind of funny. I was sitting there the whole time kind of thinking, there's a little bit of like Dark Souls in this. And Soul is in the name.
Yeah, that is funny. And that's not, I brought this up a few weeks ago with you, that every game tries to kind of match it now.
Yeah.
Ever
yeah.
since, not even ever since Elden Ring, but they try to do the art style at least.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree, and sometimes it works. Like I think Fallen Order did a good job of doing a Souls-like game in a different universe.
Yeah.
But beyond that, there's a lot of them that just kind of almost copy and paste, and it's just not as good.
Well, even like mainstream IPs are copying the gameplay style, or at least like the platform style of it, like the on rails. You know, you see a lot of that.
John Ambler and Dark Intelligence said that they wishlisted this. Are you? I mean, you know what it means because you have PlayStation as well. Is that when you say wishlisted, do you literally mean wishlisted, or is that
like
the
on-
PlayStation name for pre-order?
It's like on Amazon, like you put, put it in your wish list. Yeah,
I think I just want to double check that it wasn't. You know how Xbox has achievements and you all have trophies,
which is kind. It's kind of funny though to have a wish list because it's put in place to keep you reminded that you want to buy this. If you're interested in the game, you're not going to forget about it.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't forget.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I don't know.
Like,
it's kind of silly, but yeah, it's just adding it to your wish list.
So that's 4 games so far.
Hi everyone, I'm Goro Majiba's new Sea Dog style, as well as engage in naval
This is
battles
the
at the
Yakuza
Pirates Coliseum.
game? Okay, yeah. It's literally just the pirate map from Black Flag.
Sega and Mid-Rocket join forces in Ichiban's Holiday, a new crossover DLC coming to Dave the Diver. Ichiban Kasuga and other Like a Dragon characters team up to form a gang
Is
of
anyone gonna be
troublemakers
really
in
angry if I
classic
skip through
beat-em-up
this
style,
shit?
all while perfecting new recipes at Bancho Sushi. Dave the Diver Ichiban's Holiday arrives this April on PS5 and PS4.
Well, John, what I was saying about
It's
notifies
birthday
you if the game, if you're
2025,
interested in the
every
game and
day,
you're following it, you know when it releases.
Gee.
So yeah, this is Borderlands. I've never been into the Borderland IP. This does look fun, I'm not gonna lie, but at the same time, it's in the same vein as like God, now I'm forgetting shit. Basically any other multiplayer first person shooter.
Was that the actual trailer for it?
Borderlands? It's like a gameplay trailer, yeah.
Oh shit, okay.
No, go before this. I think there was something a little bit before this. Oh no, there wasn't. No, there wasn't. That was it.
Wake up and I'm feeling like I wake up feeling like I'm brand new. I wake up feeling like I'm brand new.
I love you that. Oh, that was new.
Come on! Wake up and I'm feeling like
All right, so that's interesting because hang on.
wake up and I'm feeling.
So I'm kind of for that. I agree with Crimson saying Borderlands 4 could be dodgy because 3 I wasn't very happy with. But the problem that 3 had was it kept you in the same location for a while. And 1 and 2 let you kind of just fuck off and go find shit and go do missions in different locations. You didn't have to stay in the same area. So and that's what got me bored with 3 was I was kind of stuck in this one area for I think well over an hour. And one of the fun things about Borderlands is kind of hopping your car and driving around and doing dumb shit. So I think if they can reel people back in and to add a little bit more of that adventure aspect to it that they seem to have lost in 3, I think they've got it. I think they'll get people back. They're definitely going to need word of mouth for this game. I think there's a lot of people who aren't going to buy this game first week until they know that there are people that they trust that like them or like it. So I'm definitely hopeful for this, but I'm the same. I'm going to wait and see on this. But I will say one of the nice things is that Borderlands has always been very rainbowy.
Well, like I was saying before, it's like Apex Legends. It looks like Apex, just a different setting.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not a competitive game. It's a campaign game.
Oh.
Yeah, you can play with your friends. You can play with up to 3 other people. But it's not a battle royale.
Well, I mean, Apex isn't battle royale, but
is it not?
I see what you're saying. No, it's like multiplayer shooter.
Okay.
Yeah,
no, it's not. That's not what this is. This is this has a story that you go and you go here to do this mission, here to do this mission. You can take your friends with you, or you can just do it by yourself. That's normally how I play. I don't have friends. But the thing that Borderlands has going for them is, like I said, they've always been very rainbowy, and I think y'all will know what I mean by that. So
gay and woke.
They should be able to get away with doing what some other games might not get away with doing because it's kind of expected in Borderlands. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Again, like there are certain aspects about
that, by the way.
Huh?
I said thanks for screaming that, by the way.
Oh yeah, you're fine. That actually draws a little bit more interest now. Like maybe we like we
yeah.
Play, if we all get this game,
Chris, Rob, and I are all getting it.
Okay, then
so actually, if you want to hop
I
in,
might too. Because yeah, it I was under the impression it was going to be another FPS multiplayer shooter.
Oh yeah,
there's just so many.
Now they might have a game mode since that is so popular now. But yeah, no, this is. Sorry, I was reading what John said. Yeah, so John says also a good thing about wish listing, especially on PC, is some games don't get advertised or fly under the radar. Had to find out about some games through this PlayStation stream. So I agree with that. There's several games that I have wish list on on Steam right now that are not that are not even close to like AA. So they they're not going to get any sort of. But again, there is, like you were saying, there's a difference between wish list and pre-order.
Well, and also wish listing could maybe be more beneficial to people who aren't like full on gaming nerds, and they know, like, they might see something and be like, "Oh, that looks kind of cool. I'll put that in my wish list so I don't forget." But for
I do
folk
that with
like
a couple of them, yeah.
For folk like us, like if you truly are interested, and I don't want to keep beating the bush or keep beating the horn on this one, like, for people like us, if it truly sparks your interest and you're devoted to it, like you're gonna follow it and track it, right?
Yeah.
That's the only point I was trying to make.
You hear that, John? He's yelling at you.
No, not at all. John bringing up good points.
Is worldwide for everyone on September 23rd, 2025.
Okay. We got work to do.
See you in spring.
I actually like that. That Tron? Did you see that?
See you in spring.
That's 100% Tron outfit.
This is one of the games that we covered on your stream not too long ago.
I don't mean to be rude.
Oh, really? I don't remember this at all.
But I really don't do small talk.
Yeah, I know. We covered this. And we made fun of it.
You want to get some more of your crazy stories? My crazy stories.
But how
I
is
swear
out
this is
yet?
just
Don't start
female
trusting
Tron.
each other. I don't
Bro,
need trust.
we talked about this.
I kind of need yours.
2, 1.
I took inspiration for this story from when me and my sister were younger.
Look at
We
all
did?
of this. It's amazing.
Yeah, we did.
I based the story around my dad. All I can do is write this silly story. Oh, we'll face it together. We got this. Yeah.
Follow my lead. Are you for real, Zoe? I wrote it when I was a kid. What sort of double child were you?
Hands above your head.
What now?
I did not sign up for this. Brace yourself, Zoe!
You don't remember this at all? Yeah, I'm not surprised.
You're sure we talked about this?
I'm pretty sure I remembered it because I remembered the two. It was about it's a science fiction writer and a history writer. Like, that's the narrative of the story. And I remember us like shitting on it like a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago.
Oh my gosh, I don't. That clearly it ain't great. So one of the things, there was like a 2-second moment in this that I was like, oh, and then it went away real quick.
Yeah, nah.
And what's annoying about this is this looks like a game that should come out 20 years ago. This looks like a game that is being forced to do this because the technology to make the game that they really want isn't out yet.
I need you to trust me.
I mean the dialogue is not helping them at all.
Or I don't need you to trust me.
Maybe
I do.
It sure does seem like something that was written by a child. Okay, Split Fiction. Okay, well,
which
dude,
again, Split Fiction. It's about history. Yeah,
I'm gonna have to go back through the streams and find that one.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Is that Naomi? What's her name?
Looks like it penetrated through there. We need to inspect the hull damage first.
Doesn't look too bad.
Doesn't look too good either.
It's terrible.
You feeling all right?
My body's going one way and my mind's going another.
That dude.
So I thought this cinematic was really well done, but the story does not interest me in any way.
I think I'm in agreement with you that everything looks fine.
Everything looks great,
nothing
but
that makes me go, "Ooh, I can't wait."
No, the trailer is really well done, and the music.
Do you think Williams knows more about this substance than he's letting on?
But like, look at all these characters, and
It can manipulate
correct me if I'm wrong, but doesn't that the main chick, the black chick, doesn't she look like 007 from No Time to Die?
Yeah, that's who she is, Naomi.
Okay, it is. Okay.
Yeah.
But if you're still out there,
all I could think when I was watching it the first time was, I'm 007. Immediately made me hate this.
I'm rooting for death in this.
Yeah.
Nice, John. If all you're gonna do is announce games that you can wish list, isn't this
Scissor
kind of the
Fiction?
wrong thing? Yeah, 100%. But like every single game has been wish list now. Like at least be announcing games that you can pre-order.
Bro, they are sitting on GTA and Ghost of Yotei and not a peep about, like, people didn't show up to see these announcements.
GTA is not a Sony made game.
It's not a Sony thing, but like, let's be real. Sony, that's one of those games that's going to sell consoles. GTA.
Yes. But
it'll sell. So they should have put something in here for that. This isn't a pure only Sony thing. There are PC games that are being highlighted too.
Yeah. Made by Sony. Made by PlayStation Studios.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
So I already forgot what this is.
So let me explain the situation. One of our contractors, Edwin Murray, has gone missing, leaving our property abandoned in his warehouse. Your job is simple. Enter the warehouse and retrieve the technology that he was...
This is a good point. This feels like they were trying to deflect from the outage they had. I wouldn't be surprised if the entire purpose of this, because it does feel like it was all kind of thrown together, if the entire point of this was to make people forget that you weren't able to play your PlayStation for an entire day. Like, that's why. And you only got 5 days free out of it.
Developing for us. It's a kind of prototype endoskeleton that can adapt to any costume and become any character. We suspect it may be
Five Nights at Freddy's?
So just be aware of the slim but non-zero chance that you could sustain significant injuries while attempting to retrieve it, including but not limited to death or dismemberment.
This is Five Nights at Freddy's, right?
Yeah, I'm not gonna. Yeah, I don't really like this game.
Yeah, I'm not really a Five Nights at Freddy's guy. The Secret of the Mimic. Okay, we can
you will
see
journey
that.
down a nightmarish highway riddled with terrors that want to devour you and your little lantern creature. Ho, ho.
Okay, based off of those 2 seconds, the police need to go search both of these people's houses. You will find something. Just find a judge that'll sign the warrant and go search the house, because you're going to find something.
Together with your little friend, you must outsmart these terrorists and bring back fire to this mad world we've handcrafted for you.
So please enjoy this short gameplay preview.
Not gonna lie, the art in this one is pretty dope. I just don't know if I'd be willing to buy this game. Super unique art style.
Yeah, super unique.
Reminds me of Tim Burton.
Yeah, 100%.
I reckon you must be headed for Moon Mountain. Am I right?
100% dark. Very Tim Burton-y. It reminds me more of Is Six the name of the movie he did with Elijah Wood? Yeah, I'm just wait. Did that say Tim Burton? No, I just said pre-order now.
Special thanks to Klaus and Olaf for that updated look at the Midnight Walk. Up next, a quirky new adventure from Konami.
9. 9 is the movie I was thinking of.
In Darwin's Paradox, you play as Darwin, a clever octopus who finds himself dumped near a highly suspicious food processing center.
I can deal without that.
Capcom is enhancing the original game with HD graphics and a host of quality of life features, including fine-tuned analog controls. Immerse yourself in Jubei's hard-boiled journey and fight through a world of turmoil alongside
Okay, what's this? So yeah, Coraline. Yeah, and yeah, finally a game you can pre-order. Wait. Quirky 100% is like, I can do without that. Risk it. Thanks for being here, man. Ah, man, what is this?
強さの証明だろ。勝てばそれでいい。てめえらごときがいくら束になってこようが。やべえ。
So I thought it was going to be interesting, and then they made the trailer make him look all scared, and I'm just not a fan anymore.
I didn't play the previous one, so
what is it?
I forget what the title of the IP is. It's been around, from what I remember. The trailer doesn't look horrible to me. Yeah, Onimusha. That's what X-Wing was talking about previously.
Okay. He speaks the truth.
Tighten the security on this place.
Okay.
He's coming here. I'm sure of it.
But it's still not a new one. This is the remake, isn't it?
America is out to destroy the Shagohod and get its hands on your inheritance. The philosopher's legacy. Then they're out to kill me.
Didn't we also watch or talk about this at one point?
What's the story between you and
I mean, there's like 8 of them, so it depends on which one we talk about the remake with.
It being remastered or remade.
Probably, but
I thought we talked about this.
They are remastering like
all of them
with the exception of the one that came out a couple years ago. So we might have talked about the other ones, but not this one. We were talking about with Rollo, I think.
With Rollo?
I know. It was a while ago.
I feel like it was sooner than that, but you could be correct.
There's nothing for you here. Go home. Go back to your boss.
I still have the Shagohod and the legacy. There is nothing America can do to stop us.
Just fuck with our boats.
I'm not finished yet.
Pilgrim said, who? So remaster for Metal Gear. Is that 3 Snake Eater? I'm assuming the triangle is supposed to be 3. I forget which one this is.
I don't know. I never played the Metal Gear Solids.
Yeah, 11 MGS3. Yep. Okay. Video games don't. Oh, okay. It was just a fuck you. Video games don't have to be like super serious. I do prefer my video games pretty serious. Like I'm not a huge fan of like
when the fury of emotions sparks the wildfire of
constantly laughing at stupid stuff during video games.
illusions and exposes the fragile structure of reality.
Interesting.
I have 1,000 questions. Why did you come back?
I stood in the home I was born in. In that moment, I felt a connection.
Epsilon 11, sound off. Where are my men?
They're gone.
Choose your next move wisely.
What happened here? Madness, hatred, and lots of it.
This is intriguing.
Yeah, I thought so too.
You must continue.
Blue helmet. Blue helmet. Okay, I mean, I'm shit. What's it coming on? Just PlayStation. That sucks. Maybe we'll get a port to the computer. I don't care about this. This is another Life of Pi, isn't it? Yeah. I know there's a lot of people that enjoyed that for I think the first one. It just didn't look like it was for me. Okay, here we go. This is what I want to watch. The Lies of P.
PlayStation News Remastered. The definitive version of Ben Studios' post-apocalyptic open-world epic comes to PS5.
So this is I think one of the only games in the last, let's say, decade
it also
that I've been genuinely upset that I could not play because I didn't have a PlayStation. I know now it's on
a survival
PC, but now that it's going to have a remaster edition, I think I'd rather wait for
And
that.
if you purchase Days Gone on PlayStation 4, you can upgrade. To
So
a
I
digital
really
version of
enjoyed
Days
this
Gone
game. The
Remastered
hordes
with
were
all the
fucking
content and
hard to
features
play.
for $10. Days Gone Remastered launches on PS5
Yeah.
April 25th.
The
New
hordes
game
were
is going to PC.
New DLC is coming to Stellar Blade this June. The
But
sci-fi action game
Days
is
Gone's
partnering with
cool. The
Goddess of the
remaster,
Green
I don't know
and
if
a new
I'll end up getting it.
Yeah. So Stellar Blade, I don't really care about. I appreciate what they were doing, but it's just not. It's just for me. It's another JRPG. I'm just not a huge fan of them.
Yeah.
Is there anything else really? What is this?
My soul.
Oh, I think King Chris is very happy.
The table is dead. It exists no more.
What's up, buddy? Good to see you.
How do you feel? Is something bothering you?
Just some noise in my core.
Deep down in the depths of Vulcan,
You must retrieve the Architect's core.
They will send everything they have to stop us.
You know I would never want to see you hurt. But the path we walk demands the extreme.
I remember you.
Run away.
My memory's still a bit blurry. Remember this.
Okay, what's this?
Set in the fiction of the press. We're now that you can.
What's going on in there?
It was an ambush. Do what you can. Do not lose her.
Can you blow up the cranes? Well, this kind of looks like a Just Cause.
Proceeding on foot.
Yeah, so I was interested at first, but I'm not sure how I feel about this game, to be honest.
The search and rescue. They're malfunctioning. They're attacking us.
Mind's Eye. It really did. I mean, you've played Just Cause before, right?
No, I haven't. But to be honest, like
the 1 and 2 are really good.
DC Chris is coming.
Yeah, I did, yeah. I agree.
Yeah, I know you do. That's why I was wondering if you saw it. We're always going back and forth on that. But no, I haven't played Just Cause. But like, I don't know. This is why the state of play, like, we're almost done. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and there's nothing. I know I've skipped a bunch, but there's nothing that like has made you sit down and stop and go, dude.
Yeah.
And by the way, I take back what I said about this is Sony, because Borderlands is not Sony.
That's what I was saying. Like,
Yeah,
and
I didn't want that.
I didn't want to linger on it because there are I don't know if there's been an announcement, but there's been, I know, rumors about how, like, not even rumors. Aren't there a bunch of different Xbox games that are coming to PlayStation now? Xbox exclusives.
Yeah,
so they didn't even advertise that in this.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm wondering if it's because this is supposed to be about what they're making or what's being made for Sony. I'm not sure, but I know that the purpose of the Xbox One of these is to show what the studios that Xbox owns is making. But I'm pretty sure the studio that makes a Gearbox, I don't think Sony owns Gearbox. Actually, I think Gearbox is owned by Embracer Group.
So there's only a handful of games left on this state of play. One of my, or should I just wait till we're done to go into the issues? Yeah, I'll wait.
Yeah. Okay.
Wait. What does Chris mean by including Starfield? Is he talking about what you're saying, or?
Oh, I think he's saying that I guess Starfield's going to PlayStation. Really? That's kind of a big deal. February 4th, 2024, from whatever XboxEra.com is. Microsoft plans Starfield launch for PlayStation 5. That's a big deal for a couple things. It is a step in the direction of getting rid of exclusives, or at least permanent exclusivity. You know, I'm not necessarily against having a game that launches on one console and then maybe comes to another console later. But the other thing I think it shows is the other games that they did that with are more than 5 years old and are not really making money anymore. Like Sea of Thieves, I mean, sure they probably make money on. I don't really think you make money on people playing a game.
You make money on buying
selling,
stuff.
and then
Yeah.
stuff in game. So they make money on that. I don't think they make any money on Hi-Fi Rush, which was the launch game for I think the Xbox One. I never played it. Then Forza 5 is going, and I mean they make money on that. But
the argument I've seen a lot is that these games are coming to PlayStation, but then PlayStation and Sony never returns the favor. That's kind of I've seen discourse about that.
So it's interesting because they're doing this, and yet Sony is no longer putting the show on Game Pass. So I wasn't going to buy the game at all, but this year's edition has a college part to the game, and one of those colleges just so happens to be the University of South Carolina Gamecocks. So guess who's buying the show? Because I am a Gamecock shill.
You're a what?
I am a Gamecock shill.
Okay, off topic. One of my coworkers said the Beavers and the Gamecocks will never play each other because they never want to put up the Cocks versus the Beavers. Is that not good? God damn it! The Cocks are screwing the Beavers, right?
If they ever do play, Pat McAfee's never going to be allowed within 20 feet of that stadium.
I was laughing so hard.
That's good.
It is good. They'll never allow it. Even if they both match up, they're not going to allow it. They're going to pay the refs off before that happens.
Yeah, absolutely.
You'd have to play the Trojans first.
That's even funnier. Okay.
It always comes back to this.
Oh, yeah, that's what you want to see, not actual gameplay. Is this Uncharted? I mean, it doesn't look like Nathan Drake, but that does look like some sort of medallion type thing. No, this is not Uncharted.
This moment. This choice.
Dude?
Every time the sun dies, madness reigns. Then everything begins again.
Oh yeah. So this is something that I'm kind of interested in.
Is that Shiva?
I always.
Well, I didn't play the what is it? The reversals, I think is what it's called.
I know that you are here. And
I said Dune, Crimson. Dune.
Oh yeah, I don't think this is Dune.
Staros. Bash says, I thought it was Helldivers for a minute with his armor.
So
I think that's
I'm pretty sure that was the last thing. Yeah. So kind of interested in that game. But all in all, yeah, exactly, Chris. Because I was actually planning a stream with you, Caleb, and Chris yesterday for this, and like once I watched it all, I was like, man, there's nothing actually here I find willing to. We could have done this exact thing, but I had you'd said that you're going to talk about it, so I was like, you know what, like, I'll just wait. There's no point. Yeah, I mean, so, and that's why I brought up the Microsoft thing, with them kind of adding games to the list too. It's not just a Sony, like obviously it's Sony oriented and stuff, and it gives them a chance. But even the games that are exclusive, like they don't seem that great. And you know, like they are. I said it before. They're sitting on a lot of different games that they could have had the opportunity to really do some good marketing on. Okay, Yote is actually a perfect example. That isn't exclusive. So what are they doing not talking about this game? It's supposed to come out.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's supposed to come out this year. I part of me thinks is the whole news broke that the writers, Courtney Woods and that other dude, I forget his name. He's another writer who came from BioWare to Sucker Punch. But regardless, so I think the issue that they had with Yote is that news broke prior to this thing, and they maybe just didn't want to draw more attention to the game, and maybe there are some issues that they're having. I think they already obviously moved forward with the Yote thing, and they can't go back now and backtrack. It's not an announcement. The game's been made essentially, and they can't come out and I think it'd be different if they weren't sure what game they're going down the route of. Maybe they could have just backtracked and be like, oh, this game's been paused, we're going to do Ghost of Tsushima instead. But because it was so close to this announcement thing, maybe now they're starting to rework some of the story. I don't know. That the two new writers that are being brought on board. Why are you bringing writers on board if you've already announced the game and shown a little bit of a cinematic trailer? These are things that I'm interested in, or concerned about rather, so I don't know, man. And then also, like, there's a lot of rumblings about God of War and what they're doing with that. And when we get to a spot that you are okay with, I'd like to bring something up on that. But another one is GTA. This would have been a perfect time to release something new for GTA, and they could have said this is coming out on PS5, Xbox Series X, and what's it called, PC, and it would have given them a chance. But like, people are concerned now that they didn't say anything about GTA, or even show anything, that maybe even after the not the conference call, but what's it called when they the investment calls, they do.
Thing?
Yeah, so like maybe, like, apparently after that call, which happened a few weeks ago, the people at Rockstar had said that they're still, they feel confident with the release and all of that. But like, okay, well, where's all the marketing? Like, you guys haven't done anything on your own.
Yeah.
You had a perfect chance here with PlayStation to put something forward, but they didn't. So now people are thinking, oh, it's for sure delayed. And when I was in the live chat for this exact state of play, everyone was saying GTA 6, we're GTA 6. And then as it progressed and when it got to the end, they were like, okay, GTA 6 is definitely getting delayed again. Now,
so I think one of the things I think about that is it is February. I don't think that's coming out before September. So it wouldn't surprise me if that is going to be in some sort of bigger game show. Like, I know there's 2 or 3 big ones that happen in June or July. So it wouldn't surprise me if that's going to be the start of the push of the big talk about it. I know the last couple of years, I've covered them, and last year was the big announcement for I don't remember. That's the problem with not reviewing what you talk about. But I'm pretty sure there were I think it was a Call of Duty announcement, and maybe what was that shit Ubisoft game?
Skull and Bones,
Star Wars Outlaws. I'm pretty sure there was a. Oh, right. Woohoo!
Oh, that's funny.
Love it. Trump said to sign an EO for the release of GTA 6 and Elder Scrolls 6. So real quick, before we pull up what you pulled up,
Yeah.
one of the really fun things about having your Discord muted, because there's just too much talking in it, is every now and then I hop back in there and I see something and I go, holy shit, I wish I saw this. And this one is from good old Valiant Archer. Not only that, but developer Avalanche Software is also reportedly working on an expanded version of Hogwarts Legacy, according to a report by Bloomberg journalist Jason Shriver. And after using our beautiful Grok, the expansion is referred to as Hogwarts Legacy Definitive Edition. It's not a real release, but an expansion, 10 to 15 hours of new content, an additional storyline and side quests, and new challenges, cosmetics, and equipment. I'm stoked. Because look, it is 100% true that outside the castle, the game was pretty empty. Like, there wasn't a lot. You know what? Sundowners for 25. Stage dive into your Lego AT-AT. Buddy, first off, the amount of pain. If you do $500, I'll do it. Shit, I really shouldn't have said that.
Yeah,
he won't, but he might.
Yeah, highlight Chris's comment. That's kind of on point in my opinion. We were talking about this, you and I.
With GTA 6, hang on. I missed something. I forgot to do something. Thank you, man.
But Caleb, you and I were talking about this, maybe even last stream, I think.
With GTA 6, they don't want to show anything significant yet because they're cutting out and reworking things, getting as much. So, okay, yes, 100%. Sorry. I think there are several games that the second Pennsylvania went red, I think phone calls were made. And it was delay. We need A through B or A through F out of there now.
Well, and then not
one of the reasons why Captain America: Brave New World got its fourth reshoots. I think it's one of the reasons why Yusuke Shadows got delayed. I think it's one of the reasons why GTA 6 got delayed.
And then Zuckerberg going on Rogan last fucking talking about how he's like, oh yeah, we're getting rid of a lot of the, he tried to make it very clear he's hopping the fence. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think we're seeing this across the board right now. People don't feel scared about it anymore.
Well, and this thing, we're gonna see. Let's call it woke shit for another year and a half. Okay. And then I think, so let's say the pendulum was right here. I know this looks like it's on my right side. It's actually my left. Let's say 5 months before the election. Okay. I think at the election, it was about here. I think it's now closer to here. But all of the stuff that's coming out right now was made when it was up here. So they can only cut so much to get it down to here before they no longer have enough stuff to put in a game. So I think, shut up, Pilgrim. So I think that in about a year and a half, we'll start seeing stuff, movies, TV shows, video games, YouTube content, stuff like that comes out that's going to be a lot more at least centered. Because I don't want something that is super one way. I think everything should be centered and let the person playing the fucking game decide what experience they want. At least in RPGs. If you have a linear game, that's fine.
You can have linear stories within an RPG. For sure. Like still too. Now what Chris just said, let's be honest, at this point, if gamers smell woke on any upcoming game, it's literally dead on arrival. I think that started to show off of The Last of Us 2. And
mostly
I agree. I agree. Mostly.
The other thing I will say is that gamers can also smell bullshit. And one example of that is Kingdom Come 2.
Yeah, no, I agree with you on that. But I'll say, since this is state of play, and Yote wasn't even brought up, and given the writers from Veilguard, this is like.
Do they not want this in the spotlight right now?
I think when they announced it and they saw the backlash that it got immediately, and I'll be honest, the female protagonist isn't even my biggest issue. I've told you this multiple times. Like my biggest issue is that they're shelving the story of Jin Sakai. It has not nothing, but it has very little to do with the fact that it's a female protagonist. It's because she's Asian. It begs the question: why, in the first place, are they changing the subject or changing the storyline and putting in a female character? So that's in my opinion, like, you can't just ignore that. There's a reason why they're doing it. And I think you may be right he may be right, that there's a chance that they're trying to cut things out of both games. So,
So I think, I would say one thing I think they're trying to change in GTA. There was one, okay. Wow. Chris has got a bigger ego than I do. There is there's one scene that I think we've all seen several times be used to advertise GTA 6, and I think that's something that they're trying to change a little bit. The beach scene. I've been to Florida a couple times. I haven't been a lot recently, but I've been to Florida a couple times, and the beaches don't. Feel like I need to rewind. Feel like I'm getting into some.
What did you talk? You were talking about Ghost of Tsushima, the beach.
No, in GTA 6, I think they're trying to make everything a little less diverse. Let's go with that.
No, what they're doing is trying to fix all of the ass clapping. Like when they're fucking twerking, they need to get more. They need to get more visual effects artists in there to really get those cheeks in a way that everyone's gonna like. BBL.
Why do I not have a disclaimer on my fucking channel? The opinions of the invited guests do not accurately reflect the opinions of King's advisors. What's this that you got down here?
Okay, so I got to bring this up because this is one of the issues I have with the state of play. They could have at least made an announcement, I think, of what they're at least thinking about. So, and Chris has helped me a lot with kind of throwing me different like articles and whatnot. But essentially, there was a rumor going around. I did a video on this. There's a rumor going around that they're hiring Sony specifically. They didn't say what game, but that they are hiring.
Hold up. I just tried to tell Star Wars Dog to shut the fuck up, and YouTube is not letting me post it. It's my fucking channel.
There, perfect. It's done.
Fuck you, YouTube.
It let me do it. So okay. This is one of the issues. Like, they could have at least addressed God of War, the direction that they're doing. Like, I don't even care if they answer the questions where it's going with this game. But as a franchise, they could have been like, "Hey, there's a new God of War that we're working on," and I guarantee you,
absolutely,
I guarantee,
like where one of the producers or directors just gets up and goes, "Hey guys, we just want to let you know, we don't have anything to show for it right now because it's relative.
But we're working on it.
working on, or you can do what fucking those twats did 10 years ago. Elder Scrolls 6. There, you're done.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They could have at least said we're working on something, but again, I have no idea why they had it. Now, where I want to go with this is that there's been rumors going around. Sony is hiring Middle Eastern actors for a new upcoming game, and immediately, if any of you in chat are into God of War, I know Chris you are, but like if anyone else is in there, like especially after Ragnarok, they were hinting at Egypt. So immediately people connected the dots and were like, okay, well, there's a lot of different Egypt like Easter eggs in Ragnarok, which is the last one. So if they're hiring Middle Eastern actors, that's naturally where you would go. Then it started to come out exactly what I have pulled up on screen right now, that God of War is actually going to remaster the 3 games of him in Greece, which could work still if you're hiring Middle Easterns, but I don't understand why you would remaster and then hire Middle Easterns when you could just like hire Greeks, Now it's
Middle Eastern a lot now.
Should I say towelhead or
Jesus Christ?
Sorry, I'm trying to get your stream demonetized.
Oh, dude, it demonetized the second I started playing that video.
Yeah, it demonetized when I said po' boy. But the point being, they could have done something, dropped something for us like fans, whether it was for GTA or for this game, but they chose not to, and that's why I say overall this state of play was a flop. Now, when it comes to God of War, they could easily like remaster, but that's not what we want. And I just don't see a correlation between the two in terms of Egypt versus Greek. And as much as I would for sure play and download and buy a God of War remaster, I want to see the movie go not movie. I want to see the game go forward, right? The story. And yeah, I don't know. It looks like Chris is saying a decent amount about it. I just kind of wanted to bring this up, that like this is one of the biggest reasons why I think this state of play didn't hit the way it should have, is because they could have easily done exactly what you had said. Like, hey guys, we don't have anything to show, but we are working on this. And immediately people would be like, shit, well, this is an exclusive. I know if I want to play this without being spoiled, the story being spoiled, I'm going to have to buy a PlayStation, right? Whether it's a PS5 or a PS5 Pro. But I know you haven't played these games. I don't want to, I don't want to force your hand here or anything, but I do want to know what you think about this. Like, I
saw something the other day that talked about the purpose behind doing remasters, and that they are purely cash grabs, because they're actually a lot easier than people think they are, and which firsthand pisses me off for a lot of games. There's a lot of games that I think if they're actually this easy to do, that we should have gotten remasters for.
Yeah.
But I wasn't aware. Well, I mean, I'll take that back. That it makes sense that would be the case with this, because is not Sony like deep in the hole with a bunch of debt right now? So if they need some cash grabs to, make it to the next quarter or whatever to get to their next big release, it wouldn't surprise me that they would try to, especially if they're going to release this on PC as well, which they do tend to, or they have been doing a lot with their games recently. A lot of games that have come out on PlayStation are also coming out on PC. So if this is an attempt to get a lot of people to buy, to drop a bunch of money, get them a nice big, check to the bank so they can go get the next God of War game out, it wouldn't surprise me.
So another thing I want to bring up is that regardless if it's a new game moving forward with the casting rumors that it's Egypt or it's a remaster, I think you could have two teams, right? Sony's a big enough company
that's
where they
what
can have two
Chris is
teams.
saying here. The remaster dev team isn't the same one working on the new God of War.
And me and Chris talked about this earlier today. I brought up the same point, right? Like that, like you could both could be true at the same time. And I don't doubt that. Again, this is something that I think Sony should have said. Like, I understand they're trying to come, like they want to save it for some big reveal. This is a perfect time to do that and get people excited for your system. When, let's be honest, PlayStation 5 already is they've been hard to get for the past 5 years since COVID, so this would have been a perfect time to be like, hey, if you want to play this game and you like these games and you played them after they got released on PC, then, maybe consider getting a PlayStation 5, right? I think that this, and plus the PlayStation 5 Pro is going to come out soon. So I think they just dropped the ball all in all with this.
So I want you to read this because it's, I think it has to do with your favorite human being in the world.
Yeah. Are you going to talk about Neil Cuckman? God damn it. Do you want me to keep going on my rage? Read.
Yeah.
What? It's weird they didn't show anything new about Neil Cuckman's new game that was announced at the last State of Play. I completely fucking agree because it got shit on. It got shit on. The trailer itself got ratioed.
Which one is that?
I don't remember the title for it, but just look up while I rage for a second. So all of this shit comes out with The Last of Us 2. Then the
Intergalactic game?
The intergalactic game, yeah.
Oh yeah, that looked like shit.
It did. And he got ripped on for fucking with the story and taking credit for it for the show and all the gay shit he added to it that didn't happen in the game, and before people say it like in the rewatches, I'm aware that Bill was gay canonically, but none of that was not the relationship that was in the game.
None of it makes what he said about tricking people, about wanting to trick people into watching the show.
Yes.
And that's why he dropped the gay shit in the third episode. That doesn't make it okay.
And the first game did way better sales than the second game, from what I remember. Don't quote me on this. I could be wrong. Caleb, maybe fact check me on that. Pretty sure the first game did way better than the second. I was even if it didn't, I was part of the group that said, I saw that, like, I bought the game, and immediately when he bait and switched and killed off Joel and replaced you with Ellie, and then Ellie has that trans girlfriend, I immediately was like, nah, I'm done with this game. I'm not playing it. Like, no point. I'm a story/narrative driven gamer. I love my single player story mode games. It's interactive movies. What he did with that was ridiculous. And there was backlash, and at least on the internet. And Chris, lesbian knife fighting. But regardless, with where this rant is going, what he did with The Last of Us, I think, proved to show that he immediately knew that there was backlash coming off of it. He then doubles down and goes to make this game, which I don't want to get too caught up on the culture war, but like, come on, dude. Like, you wrote a good story for the first Last of Us. And now you're doing this intergalactic game. Like, man, the trailer itself, I already know, just knowing Cuckman, where this is going. Like, I don't.
So, The Last of Us, the original release, sold 8.4 million units. The release of Last of Us Part 2 sold 10 million. The release of Last of Us Remastered sold 18.24, which means Last of Us sold, shit, I have to do math, 27 million units.
So,
and So that is 17 million more.
I will say, I think it's similar to what happened with the sequel trilogy and The Force Awakens. That it was an anticipation that people were like, "Oh shit, there hasn't been some." It's the whole bait and switch thing that I keep trying to bring up.
Yeah.
So you fall in love with a franchise and a character, and then all you want is the next installation, and you can't do shit about after you buying it, and then they fuck it completely.
So what's interesting about this is, according to these numbers, so Last of Us Part 2 is number 13 on this list. This is the top selling PlayStation games, exclusives, I believe. Number 14 is your favorite game, Ghost of Tsushima. And
It's
in
not my favorite
opinion,
game, but I see what you're saying.
And in my opinion, a niche game. So I find it interesting that the sequel to what is supposed to be one of the best games ever made sold just a little bit better than a niche game.
Well, The Last of Us, I would argue, the first one is a niche game as well. Not everyone's into zombies. I'd say zombies in Japan, samurai, are equal.
So I would agree with you on that today, not when it came out.
But
zombies was like the thing when it came out.
I mean, are we looking at the genre just in terms of gaming or in general? Because I would argue the amount of samurai stuff that is out in the whole world of entertainment is massive, and I would say even
but
bigger.
I still think it's which it might be, but I still think it's a niche.
But I don't understand how you could niche. I don't understand how zombies. I think Japan. Every game. Wait, before you go. Every Assassin's Creed gamer wanted a Japanese shinobi game style. Like they wanted that from like back to 2010.
Yeah.
So that's kind of
part of that is because there is one thing, at least for me, there's one thing I think of when I think of assassin. And it's not Ezio Auditore. It's a ninja.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think that's a little different.
But okay, regardless, that's still Japanese influenced, and I would say even within
it's also not only is Ghost of Tsushima a niche, but it's a niche of a niche because it's a Souls-like game as well, is it not?
No, it's not.
Is it not? Different. Oh, I thought it was a Souls-like game.
Open world. It's open world RPG. Completely different. It's more Elden Ring, but it's not Souls Ring because no, Elden Ring is the standalone from. You can't deny that. Because I even though I haven't played,
yes, but Elden Ring is a Souls-like game.
Yes, but so when you say From Software, or when you think From Software Souls, you're thinking big bosses on rails. Elden Ring is the outsider of those From Software games.
So I disagree. I think you're thinking of bosses with respawning enemies.
I'm talking about specifically what I'm talking about, the freedom to roam around a map without rails, without guidelines to point you into the direction you need to go. Jedi Survivor, Jedi Fallen Order, Souls, God of War, all of those games are on rails in the sense that you can't just go wherever you want in the map. You're being stuck to a fixed position, and you have to follow that path that's been created for you. Elden Ring stands out from the From Software games because you can, if you're fighting a boss, you can just leave, right?
Okay. Well, Chris, so I'm not just because Chris said it, but Chris says no Souls game influence in Ghost of Tsushima at all. So I don't think I've seen a second of gameplay of Ghost of Tsushima. I was quite literally just assuming.
No, and I understand what you're doing. What I'm trying to explain, I know you've played Red Dead Redemption. I know this.
Yeah.
It's closer to Red Dead Redemption than it is Souls.
Okay, then I'm honestly that's on my list now. Then I thought it was because I thought it was weird that people had made two Japanese Souls-like games back to back with Sekiro
Yeah, no,
and then Ghost of Tsushima.
yeah,
I thought that was
when you
weird.
look at when you look at Sekiro and Ghost of Tsushima, they're gameplay wise opposites. Now, I one of the reasons why I want to bring this up though is when you look at The Last of Us in terms of the genre, which is zombies and horror. Zombies itself is an outlier in horror. So like my brother, he's one of the biggest horror fans. He hates zombies or is just not interested in zombies.
The fan of horrors?
No, you get what I'm saying, right? Like that's a niche. That's a niche. And that's the point I was trying to bring up. But yeah, I went on a total rant there. I
totally thought this was a Souls-like game.
Yeah, it's not at all.
Yeah, I look, mea culpa, 100% wrong. You're not gonna hear that a lot, so
I know that.
Enjoy it.
Yeah, you're Caleb. I was right.
It's my last name. I legally changed it. I changed it from your father to I was right. Okay. Whew. Let's see what else. What did I say we're going to talk about? Oh, hey, look at that! I misspelled Congress in the thing. Let's fix that. Okay. So, I can't do it while I'm live. Oh well. One of the things that I thought was really interesting, and I thoroughly enjoyed doing this. We're gonna get a little bit of histrionics here. So apologies if you get super bored, guys. We had a lovely, let's call it proof of why just because you're in Congress doesn't mean you know a damn thing. Jim Hines, lovely representative from the state of Connecticut. Somebody tweeted, an Obama appointee judge just threatened Trump with arrest if he doesn't restore every dime of paused funding. Since when does a judge have the power to override the president like this? This representative tweeted, glad you asked, since February 24th, 1803. If you are curious, which I doubt you are, but I have the microphone, so we're going to talk about this. If you are curious, February 24th, 1803 is the date that the Supreme Court decided the Marbury v. Madison case, which is one of the very first cases you learn about in law school, in political science classes, in upper level American history class. It is a case that cemented the judicial review ability. It's the ability for the Supreme Court to review actions of Congress. Before I go into this, I'm pretty sure Daimyo needs to head out.
I do. I got to cook dinner.
So if he's smart, he'll go ahead and drop that link for Rage Bait or
Rage Bait.
Rage Quit. You know that's gonna happen a lot, dude. Rage Quit Gaming. Oh, damn.
Rage Bait.
I almost did earlier too. I stopped myself last time. I didn't stop myself this time. Buddy, thank you for coming on. I had a lot of fun. We've been talking about this for 2 hours now. This was quite enjoyable. I'm gonna rant about this.
This is a great conversation. I'm happy you decided, or I guess both of us decided to do this on your channel, because I would have just been a lot more of an asshole the whole time. We at least had
I love that.
We at least had a great conversation tonight, man. I appreciate you always for having me on.
Absolutely, dude. Guys, go subscribe to him. You're gonna really enjoy making fun of him while you play video games.
All right, Caleb. Peace out, man.
Peace out, bud. So this guy talks about how, or claims that Marbury v. Madison, this is going to be it, guys. So just stick with me for a little bit because I think you'll enjoy this. Claims about how the case Marbury v. Madison created the ability for the Supreme Court or for judges to have oversight over the executive, which again is not true. So what Marbury v. Masson actually did, and I'm going to read my my thing here because I think it's actually quite nice. So let's present this real quick. Congressman Himes, you attended Harvard University and Oxford as a Rhodes Scholar, and you are unable to understand one of the most significant court cases in American legal history. Marbury v. Madison did not confirm the court's ability to check the president. It confirmed the court's ability to overturn Congress, and that's important because Marbury v. Madison, as most people will tell you, it was the first time that the Supreme Court reviewed a law that the Congress passed. That's incorrect. The first time the Supreme Court reviewed a law was about 6 years earlier in a case called Hilton v. U.S. It was a tax law. In this case, Congress passed a law a couple years earlier that basically expanded the original jurisdiction of the Supreme Court. Now, the original jurisdiction was created by the Constitution, and there's only one way to change the Constitution. You have to amend it. Now, there's 3 ways to do that, but we're not going to go into that. You see, Congress had passed a law enlarging the original jurisdiction of the court. By the way, capital C court means the Supreme Court. When John Adams failed to win his second term, he made a bunch of midnight appointments to new judges. One of these was Marbury. Well, Adams' Secretary of State at the time was John Marshall, and he failed to deliver some of these commissions. And so Jefferson ordered his Secretary of State, James Madison, not to deliver them. Marbury sued, and the Chief Justice at the time was John Marshall. And Marshall wrote for the court and said that Madison should have delivered the commissions. So he said Marbury was right. Madison should have done it. But we are the wrong forum for this. We should not be looking at this case. So we're not going to decide it. We're not going to side with you, even though you're right. We do not have the original jurisdiction. The law that Congress passed is wrong. So this was not a check on the executive, but a check on the legislature. And for a sitting congressman who went to the United States' most prestigious school and possibly the world's most prestigious school in Oxford, to not know that, or, and this is the worst part, or to lie about it, I think is a detriment to everything that this country stands for, and for the fact that man swore to uphold the Constitution. In other words, or in other news, RFK passed his nomination. He is now the Secretary of Health and Human Services. And so the last person up, I think there's a couple people still left to go, but the last real person up is Kash Patel. He was voted out of committee today. He now heads to the floor of the Senate, where he'll spend probably 30 hours. I don't know. I didn't check. Let's see. Senate. I doubt they're still in session. I'm sure they've adjourned. Floor activity. Let's see. They adjourned at 3:41 today. There were 4 votes taken. So Kennedy was confirmed, and Brooke Rollins of Texas to be the Secretary of Agriculture was also confirmed. Vote 72-28. They clotured for the vote for Howard Lutnick and for Secretary of Commerce, and they clotured for the vote for Kelly Loeffler to be the administrator of the Small Business Administration. So they will be confirmed tomorrow. Kash Patel has not been read across the floor yet, so he will be. They'll put him to the floor, and then the Democrats will do what they've done for the last 6 or 7 of these big guys, and they will require the full 30 hours of debate, And the issue is, with this being a long weekend, I doubt John Thune actually has the backbone to tell everyone that they are staying for the weekend. So Kash Patel probably will not be confirmed until Tuesday at the earliest. But he will be confirmed. So there we go. We'll have the entire we should have the entire cabinet in by early next week. And shit can start rolling because holy shit, has it been crazy. Okay, guys, that's it. Anyone? He is a bit. Yep. Sundowners. I thought he was going to be pretty awesome in that first weekend when he basically told all of them that we're going to stay for the weekend and we're doing all these people. But when he stopped doing that and just said, "Fine, you want to do your 30 hours? We'll do your 30 hours." That really pissed me off. So half these guys would be done. Everyone would be in by now if he had forced them to work through the 2 weekends already. But he didn't. So fuck him. Hopefully we get a better one next time. Guys, I've had a blast. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to join my Discord. Let's go ahead and drop that link in the chat now if I can. How do I do that? Invite people. Copy. Don't forget to join the Discord. The Kingdom has some lovely people over there. And until next time, guys, thank you all so much. Everyone from X-Wings Raid, everyone that was here at the beginning, thank you all so much. I had a blast. Thank you, Daimyo, from Rage Quit Gaming, not Rage Bait Gaming. Thank you for coming and talking. Sundowners, thank you so much for the super chat. I hope you all have a great night. And see you this weekend for more video games.